My name is Zahra, and I'm a student at Columbus State Community College, and I'm reading Half of a Yellow Sun by Chimamanda Adichie. It is imperative to remember that the first time the Igbo people were massacred, albeit on a much smaller scale than what has recently occurred, was in 1945. That carnage was precipitated by the British colonial government when it was blamed the Igbo people for the national strike, banned Igbo published newspapers, and generally encouraged anti-Igbo sentiment. The notion of the recent killings being the product of age-old hatred is therefore misleading. The tribes of the North and South have long had contact, at least as far as the 9th century, as some of the magnificent beads discovered at the historic Ibu-Yuani site attest. No doubt these groups also fought wars and slave-raided each other, but they did not massacre in this manner. If this is hatred, then it is very young. It had been caused simply by the informal divide and rule policies of the British colonial exercise. These policies manipulated the differences between the tribes and ensured that unity should not exist, thereby making the easy governance of such a large country practicable. When he gave Kananine the article, she read it very carefully with her eyes narrowed, and afterward told him, "Very fierce." He was not sure what very fierce meant or whether she liked it. He desperately wanted her to approve. Her awe at a distance has returned since she came back from visiting Olani in Nazca. She had put up a photograph of her murdered relatives, Azia laughing at her wedding dress, Uncle Mabizi elegant in a tight suit next to solemn Auntie Ifka in a printed wrapper, but she said very little about them and nothing about Olana. She often withdrew into silence in the middle of a conversation, and when she did, he let her be. Sometimes he envied her the ability to be changed by what had happened. "What do you think about it?" he asked, and before she could answer, he asked what he really wanted to. "Do you like it? How do you feel about it?" "I think it sounds exceedingly formal and stuffy," she said, "but what I feel about it is pride. I feel proud." He sent it off to the Herald. When he got a response 2 weeks later, he ripped open the letter after reading it. The international press was simply saturated with stories of violence from Africa, and this one was particularly bland and petty. The deputy editor wrote, "But perhaps Richard should do a piece on the human angle. Did they mutter any tribal incantations while they did the killing, for example? Did they eat body parts like they did in Congo? Was there a way of trying to truly understand the minds of these people?" Richard put the article away. It frightened him that he slept well at nights, that he was still calmed by the scent of orange leaves and the turquoise stillness at sea, and he was sentient. "I'm going on. Life is the same," he told Kanine. "I should be reacting. Things should be different."